Money news we want to move on to now. And Charlie Gasparino joins us in the newsroom. There's some Tulsi Gabbard reporting here. We've had all this back and forth, Tulsi Gabbard and Hillary Clinton. But what about the meeting she had on Wall Street? What do you know?
Well, it's not just that, Connell. It's the fight with the Democratic Party establishment. She's an outsider. She's not doing very well in the primary right now, but she is an outsider. She had this big fight with Hillary Clinton, exchanges that were pretty nasty. Also, there is widespread speculation in the Democratic Party that she's going to run as a third-party candidate that would hurt whoever would eventually become the nominee. As all this is going on, Fox Business has learned that Gabbard was in New York City last night for a private meeting with Wall Street executives and possible donors. This meeting occurred at Anthony Scaramucci's Hunt and Fish Club. It was sponsored by Robert Wolf, who, as you know, is a Fox Business contributor, but also a prominent Democratic Party fundraiser. Also, a guy that's part of the establishment, which raised some eyebrows. Also, we should point out Bob is himself a Wall Street executive, runs both a private advisory firm, used to be the CEO of UBS Americas, but he also has some sort of a political firm, advisory firm that he does on the side with Anthony Scaramucci. So this all occurred last night. It was a private function. It was attended by about 24 Wall Street executives. These are potential donors. They will likely be hit up for contributions by the Gabbard campaign at some point, I am told. And it did raise a lot of eyebrows. Now, apparently, she did not attack Hillary Clinton during this meeting, and she really did impress the Wall Street folks. If you look at Tulsi Gabbard on policy, she's kind of all over the place. She's pro Second Amendment, pro guns, right. Nominally, at least nominally. She's against foreign intervention in wars. I mean, she follows she has some of the same sort of policy positions, I guess you could say, as Donald Trump, which is maybe why Trump is patting her on the back so much with their fight with Hillary.
You're saying they think she might run third party for real?
Yes, and here's the other thing that's very fascinating, because I've been asking Democratic Party people about this. The Robert Wolf connection here is interesting, because he's generally an establishment candidate,
like a Biden guy.
Yeah, I believe he's a Biden guy. You got to ask him. He's on our air enough. But if he's supporting Biden, why is he supporting a third party? Or why is he doing something that might help a third party candidate, which would hurt the Democratic Party nominee? This is not me saying this. These are Democratic activists that and strategists that I spoke to today in the wake of this meeting. We will have a full report on this on foxbusiness.com shortly, which raises some of these issues. We should point out that Mr. Wolf had no comment. Tulsi Gabbard's campaign had no comment.
Fair enough. I want to talk to you a little bit, because you've done so much reporting on Mike Bloomberg and whether he'll run. Seems like still pipe dream stuff, I would think, given the timing.
I don't know. Very outside chance, I would say.
And I bring it up because of this. Let me just say this real quick. There was this report, Judge Judy, there she is. This is not a joke, she has endorsed Bloomberg for president. She says his no-nonsense approach, she wrote about it in USA Today, that can help us heal, and it's Judge Judy. She's all in for Bloomberg. Only problem, of course, is that Bloomberg's not all in. But
yeah, I mean, Judge Judy, listen, I know her a little bit.
Of course.
Very nice woman. She's not like a far left. She's like a moderate. She's kind of when I met her, she came across moderate to conservative to me. I will say this about Mr. Bloomberg and the former mayor, who was a very good mayor, we should point out. I think he wants to run. I've been told by people close to him the door is open, is just a little bit ajar. He hasn't totally said no. He maintains his campaign office, as we first reported. But, they're telling me that, it would take something sort of dramatic for him to go there. I think it would take, essentially, Bernie Sanders being the nominee, not even Elizabeth Warren. I mean, this is the impression I'm getting from them, because, he has to see a clear path to victory.
And at some point, it's just about timing. If he wants to run as a Democrat,
Well, here's the interesting thing in timing, because I've been bouncing this off party insiders, and they say if there's anybody that can do this that's not in the race now, it would be him, because he has the money to self-finance. Right. He can get in as late as January. So, again, I've been told he hasn't totally said no. The door's open like that much, I've been told. He still has that campaign office, but, if you were going to lay odds, the odds right now would be against it, I am told.
Yeah, I would think. Well, Judge Judy.
But you never know. When Judge Judy calls, you got to go for it.
Well, Charlie, thank you, sir. How's this for a transition? We're going to go from Gasparino to haunted houses, which,